Hello, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. We're in my sewing room. I have a super fun video to share with you today. I'm going to be talking about Butterick 6680, and I have a partner in this video today. So I am collaborating with Trish from Pinky's Farm. Have you seen her channel? She's so fun, so down to earth. We live on opposite sides of the United States of America. A big, big space in between us. We're coast to coast. I'm on California. She's in Florida. Could you get any further away? Well, Alaska and Hawaii, but other than that, no. Really, no. So hi, Trish. I'm really excited to share my make with you, and I can't wait to see yours. And you will want to, as soon as I finish this video, go over and see Trish's make of the same pattern. Before I talk about the pattern, we were trying to decide how we felt about the dress, and I'm going to talk more about that, and I'm sure she is too. Do we like it? Is it good? I'm going to let you find out. But we decided that the way we would really be able to tell is if we wore it somewhere. She said, I think I'll wear it on a date. And I said, then I'll go on a date. So we went on a date together, sort of, virtually, not really. We went on a date the same night. So they went, Trish and her husband James went on a date in her dress, and me and my hubby Steve went on a date in my dress. And we sent each other selfies of us on our date. So we sort of went on this date together, and I said the only thing that would have made this date more fun is if you guys were actually there. Now we're on a big time difference, so they went, for me it was like early afternoon, and for us it was probably late at night. So we're just a different time zone. The furthest time zone I think we can have in America. So I hope you guys had as much fun as we did in our date. So let me show you pictures of us on our date and the one that Trish sent me. So we're going on a date with a fun couple from Florida, and they're going on their date today too. Hi Trish and your hubby.
Hey guys.
We figure you guys are already done because we're in California 3 hours earlier. So we're just getting going. Can't wait to hear where you went that was fun and what you had to eat and how was your fabulous dress. All right, we'll catch up. We're gonna have a beautiful sunset. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. That's amazing. Aren't we cute? We had so much fun. And hubby was always up for a date night. He likes to eat out. We had such good food. Oh, it was so yummy. Okay, so that was fun. That was really fun. And I do wish it was in person. That would have been, I think we would have had a lot to talk about. They look like our kind of people, really. So that was my best version of this dress. And that was 3 versions in. So I want to kind of go back to the beginning right now and tell you my progression. Can we do that? So the first thing I looked at was the sizing on the back. This is 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. And I almost always fit in those sizes. And so I very honestly look at my measurements, and I'm going to tell you, almost every time I follow my measurements on these patterns, it's too big. But man, too big is way better than too small, so I always try to go for that. Now, it recommends fabrics, stretch knits with a 35% cross grain, jersey, interlock, cotton knits, rayon knits, unsuitable for obvious diagonals. It has a stretch fit guide right here. Let me see if this dress actually fits that. So basically, you hold a piece of the fabric at the beginning right here. Okay, and then you grab it at the arrow. Does it go to the other arrow? Mine goes past it. So this fabric was my first choice, and it was fine. I wanted to make view B because I didn't want a really long dress, but I love this little kick pleat right here. It has this little, it's cute design. It has the side ruching and an apple body shape, so I have a big tummy, and I felt like the ruching is always flattering for that. You know, it's not like I can wear a certain thing and I don't have a big tummy, unless it's a tent. And a tent dress almost always makes me look even bigger. So a little bit of fitting is okay, and then I like a jacket or a sweater. I wear my cute little sweater. So let me show you a little bit about how I fit this pattern, because when I looked at my measurements against the measurements of this pattern, my measurements were bigger by quite a bit. So I drew my pattern a little big onto another piece of paper. Let me just show you me doing that. What, you want to see? I mean, are you interested? Do you want to see? Okay, here we go. I thought I would just walk you through my process on checking the sizing on this dress. It says it goes up to a size 22. And if I look at the size 22, that's bust 44, waist 37, hips 36. Now let me grab my measurements that I have taped up here all the time so I can refer back to them. So my bust is 47 and this bust is 44. My waist is 43 and this waist is 37. My hips are 46 and these hips are 46. So the only problem is going to be in the top and the waist. And so I'm just going to kind of check to see what the measurements are. On the pattern, the finished garment measurements are only for length, not for width. So it doesn't really tell. Here's my waistline. This is the front. It's one piece. Let's take it from there to waistline. That's 20. So let's see the back. There's the back, there's the waistline. Also 20, just about 20 and a quarter. So that's 40, and my waist is 43. And there may be some negative ease because it's calling for a jersey. And I'm going to use this one. And there is some stretch, but not a lot. So let's see, this is the way it goes that way. So it'll be snug. So I think I would like it to be a little bigger. I can always make it smaller, but once you cut it, it's what it is. So I'm thinking at waistline, I want a half an inch, half an inch, half an inch, half an inch. That's 2 inches total on the waistline. Now the bust, 44 to 47, very similar. 2 inches, 44, 45, 46. I'm thinking if I did the half an inch at the bust line too, so here and here, just come right over and add a half an inch. I think I'm just going to add the half an inch all the way down. And that would give me 2 inches on the whole thing. We'll see. Now that my test dress is done, I want to mark my pattern with the changes that I made to my dress. One of the things I did was my armhole was too big, and it could be that I made my pattern wider by a half an inch on both sides, and that's the exact amount I need to get off of my armhole. So it was fine down here, but it wasn't fine in the armhole. So I've reduced that by a half an inch, and I marked it on both sides of my front. And then I matched that and marked it on both sides of my back. So I'll be trimming that down. The other thing I needed to trim down was the armhole band. The arm band. It's not that one. So this is the arm band, and it's a big piece. So I fold it in half, and basically I'm just going to mark that. I'll mark it right on this side. If I'm going to use it in half, I want to remember that that goes on the fold so that it would end up being like this. So you could do it either way. So I reduced it by 3/4 of an inch, a little more than I did on the pattern, because that just really brought it in to perfection. So this is what I cut off of my armband on both ends. So it's 3/4 of an inch times 2, which is 1.5 inches totally. So I brought my armband in a lot. You have to play with that for yourself. And if I want to cut my neckband also on the fold, I could do that, or I could cut it like they have it, long. I didn't change my neckband. I'm going to change on the next one my elastic guide, because it is the feature of this design and I want more gathering. So I'm just going to reduce it by an inch and just see what happens. If I don't like it, I can go back. So I'm not cutting this I'm just going to fold it and then try it. See if I like it. And those are the changes I made. So I drew my pattern bigger, and I think one of the things that I'm kind of discovering is look at the size on the pattern. How much does it go up? Because, for example, when you look at the space in between the lines, it's pretty consistent between sizes. But the size between like a 10 and a 12 might be this much right here, but it might be a lot less in the underarm. So you might want to adjust that, kind of match the size. So if I'm going up a size, kind of match the amount between the sizes. Am I making sense? Figure that out. So what I did is I added a size all the way down, and I ended up with too much in my armhole because it didn't need to be the same as here. Right here did not need to be the same as here. So I fixed that, and I showed you that. Otherwise, it fit pretty good. And that's how I went up a size on this pattern. And I almost feel like you could go up a couple sizes, maybe 2, 3, even, you know, just following the shape. Instead of doing it all the same amount, like a ½ inch all over, no, because you'll see that the space between like arms and neck and all that is much narrower from size to size, whereas on the side, it's a lot more space. Does that make sense? So on this view A, I had a different skirt. This skirt had basically a long front and back. So the front and back was really long, and then you did a little kick on this side, a little circle flared skirt on this side, and then a kick pleat in the center, like a triangle is what it looked like. So when I switched to view A, it was just a top that kind of, the front and back just came straight across like a low waistline, and then the skirt is just one circle skirt. So here's the pieces. You have a front and back, and that's 1 and 2, and then you have the skirt, which is 6, and then you have a guide for your elastic, your arm band, so that's your arm band, well, it goes right here, and then your neck band. It's simple. The thing that's cool is the ruching right here, and I liked the ruching on one side, but I thought it would look better with both sides. So I did what I did is I turned my front and back into both of them with the ruching. So I just traced okay, here's what I did. This was supposed to be laid out when you look at the layout. I'm going to just show you this. Because now, I did this a while back and I'm trying to remember. What did I do? How did I do that? Here's what I did. This layout has the front and back flat. So you would cut one. So you would not have your fabric folded. You would cut one of the front and one of the back. And it was just because it was different on both sides. Now, here I am wanting to make it the same on both sides. So guess what I did? I just folded in the non-ruche side. Folded it in. There's a center front marking on both of these. So I folded it on the center front. And I cut it on the fold. I hope I just made sense. I don't have a video of that. That's just what I did. So now I had my front and back ruched on both sides. And that's this dress. So let me show you the 3 versions. I didn't change the skirt at all on any of them. Except for the first one was not. These 2 had the same skirt. This one had a different one. This one, let me show you all 3. With a jacket and without. Because I'm always going to wear a jacket. And everything looks better with a jacket. Just saying. This is version C, and it was my first one, and this is as good as it gets because I've got the shoes and the jacket. Suntan legs would make it better, but it's my least favorite of the 3. So let me just show you without the jacket. I don't know, it's just not flattering. All right. So let me show you what I did next. Okay, this is view, shoot, I already forgot. This is view A. What was the other one? View B. So this is view A, and it has the one-piece skirt where the other one had like a triangle set in, cute little thing, but this is just the skirt, and then the ruching is on one side. This is with a jacket and a pair of sandals, and I feel like I'll wear it, but when I take off the jacket, I'm not totally in love with this dress. I'm not in love, but let me show you. Things I like. I love how it fits right here. It's a nice, the neckline is nice, the armholes are nice, and the skirt length was nice. I like that it has a little bit of swing, but not too much. I like that it's fitted right here. But it has ruching on one side, and it's just sort of pokey right here where it comes together. The other one had a little poke at the point too. I don't know, I could probably fix that. But you want to make sure you pull up your ruching so it's not like pulling down. So it's cute. It's cute. I'm going to wear it. Yes. Do not look at the side view. I just showed it to you, but I demand that you do not look at the side view. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. This ruching, it could have been even more. Like, it could have been more gathered, and it could have been on both sides. What do you think about that? That's not offered on this pattern. So I went ahead and hacked it. I just took this side and duplicated it for that side, and I made it ruche on both sides, and I shortened the length of the elastic. Now, on the second dress, I also took out about this much right here between these two, and oh my gosh, it's just a little bit shorter in the whatever you call this area, the stride of it, and a little shorter in the skirt, and it just, for my height, it just made it better. So I just took, so I'll probably do that on this dress too. I measured off, I think 1.5 inches, and then I'll show it to you in my video, but I searched it, and it's such a better, it just looks better. So let's try that one on. Okay, so here's my final dress, and I love it. It's not my favorite dress I've ever made, but it's not a reject at all. I'm not going to reject this. So this is the dress I wore on my date night, and I unfortunately had to wear it with leggings and boots because it was freezing, but I did wear it with this cute sweater that I already had in my closet. So let me just show you without the sweater so you can see the actual dress. Again, no changes here. I thought this fit was really good, but I have to show you something that I think is kind of funny. Did you see my I made a bra video? I made it out of scraps from this dress. I accidentally had a matching bra underneath, which was just a coincidence. So now it has the ruching on both sides and a little bit less length on the elastic, which gives it a little bit more of the ruching, which I think is flattering when you have a tummy. You know, it just kind of hides it a little bit. So I like the length. I like that this is hitting me in a different place. The other one was hitting me just in a not a great place, just a little lower. So bringing it up that little bit made all the difference. All in all, not unhappy with it. Not a fan of the twirl because, again, don't look at my side profile. I demand that you do not look at that. But double brush poly, super soft, super comfy. I'll probably wear this actually a lot. Probably the brown one too. The blue one, not so much. It's just, I don't know. I didn't like that one. There you go. So it's kind of sad that I had to wear boots because it was super cold and rainy on my date night. And I can't wait for summer where I can wear sandals, you know, with dresses. Because I'm kind of tired of, you know, winter clothes. I'm just tired. I'm tired of it. So that is how I got to my satisfactory dress, which is the hack. And the hack is ruching on both sides. How I did that was I folded my pattern front and my pattern back in half and cut only the ruched side on the fold, and then I put the mirror image, and it worked great. It worked great. There's a center marking. You should have no problem. So if you want to try that, that made a cute dress. When I finished this dress, I thought, it's just not hitting me in a good spot right here. Let me just show you. Can't see my whole person, but it just wasn't hitting me. It was hitting me right here, and it was not, it was like making my belly a little more curvy even than I would want. But by lifting it up and getting it on the widest part of my belly instead of right under it, making that part of my belly sort of just show, now it kind of, it just was more flattering coming up. So I took it in about 1.5 inches, and I didn't just do it, I pinned it, and then I basted it so I could just see it on me because I don't want to cut it. And then once I basted it, let me get back to spot. Once I basted it and tried it on, I'm like, way better. So this dress, I will do the same thing. See how much lower that is? I'm going to bring it up 1.5 inches, which brings this up 1.5 inches, and it hit me at a better hem. It just hit me better. So I guess what I'm saying is I have the most fun just playing around and making these patterns my own. This is, to me, a suggestion. You don't have to do it exactly the way they did it. I wanted certain features. I loved the top because it's modest. I really do like where this neckband hit, and the sleeves were nice. They had a band, and I love that ruching. So this ruching could show up in other patterns if I really wanted to. It wasn't hard. It's all in the shape of this pattern piece. It allowed for it. So without that extra length, and it shows where you put the elastic between these two dots. And also, I made my elastic shorter. I said that in my video. Where'd it go? I kept that as a permanent feature because it was way cuter with more ruching than less. And that is what I think. I like my hacked version the best. This was a kind of a jersey rayon, and these are both double brush poly, and it looked good with both. So anything that they said would be great. Jersey, interlock, cotton knits, rayon knits. I think this one I picked on purpose because it was going to be more swingy with that cool hemline. And you know, once I put it on for you guys, I kind of liked it. With the jacket, it's the jacket that makes it okay. Okay, you have an assignment now. Please go see Trish's dress and tell her that I sent you. And let's see what her thoughts are and how her date night went. I'm really excited to go see. And I want to thank you so much for watching my channel. If you're new, please come back on Fridays. I'm here every Friday just to chat. It's a sewing chat, but it's an everything chat. And I'm going to be talking more and more about my glammed up trailer for traveling. We're going to be taking some trips, so you're going to hear about that. And you know, just all kinds of fun things. So hit the subscribe, thumbs up if you don't mind, and leave me a comment. I love to hang out in the comments and see what you're up to. Thank you so much for watching. Hi Trish, bye Trish. Can't wait to see your dress. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.